Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog. We are on Gold Rush, the very second video we've done here, and this is the promised second video where we're going to take a look at the mess I've made. So I told you some of the equipment we were going to purchase, and I actually have done a little bit of experimenting. First of all, what we're going to do here is we're going to try the pump hog pan, because I will, let's go ahead and get to the... By the way, I keep all my sort of extra gear that I've purchased that I realize I don't need or I may not need anymore up here for now. But I haven't been super impressed with our new system so far. Our wavetable has not been working as well as I had hoped it would. In fact, let me show you the wavetable. Gold mine, now it's going to be under support system. Here it is. So this is the wavetable, and I think I'm supposed to just directly put in, yeah, it says pour the soil directly into it. I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm getting less gold by using this than I was with the original just basic system. And it may be that I'm not really factoring in how long it takes to do the old system. But I will show you all that. Okay, so first of all, let's finish setting up this. Speaking of the old system, I want to experiment with it. I think we're pumping enough water here that we can use this on both. We're not going to necessarily do both systems at the same time, although I suppose we could, but let's don't get too crazy. Let's these mats are clean, so this is going to be going back to the other way. We're actually going to have to pan this, so let's go ahead and get a bucket ready. We're going to do just a few things of this to see how it works. All right, so let me show you what I've set up here. Let's just start with what's going to affect this. We have a water pump. Now you see we've got the big hose attached to where it says in, and the other side of the hose is actually sitting in the water with a filter on it. The water filter's on the end of it. And then all you do is turn it on with the switch over here. It is run by fuel, which I have topped off, so we're at 100% fuel. But by doing that, we now have water running down this. We're also running water to the water table, which maybe we could... Let's see. Does it matter? It actually probably doesn't matter. It's not like the water table's on. It's just water's coming out of it. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let's do a little digging here. And so now what we're doing, if you remember the old system that I showed you in the first video, you had to stop to run water through it manually with the bucket. Well, now we are just straight digging and dumping the dirt into it. So this is much more efficient. Oh, we just found a gold nugget. So that's weird. I did a lot of testing earlier using the other system, and I never found a gold nugget. So hopefully y'all will be my good luck charm here on finding gold nuggets. So I don't know, how high do we want to run these mats? Also need to remember how much we got from the gold nugget, because that's going to skew our results here. There's another gold nugget. And that was a big one too. You know, it may just be that the earth up here is much more likely to have gold nuggets. I was digging back here for the other system, and I never saw one gold nugget. So it's just kind of weird, if you ask me. But this is much nicer. I mean, if you're going to do a shoveling method, to have that water running all the time so that your dirt is constantly getting cleared That is so nice. I mean, that's saving a lot of time. It really is. And there's another gold nugget. I think the gold nuggets are just right here in this corner, in this little like starter pit. Honestly, maybe it's just RNG, just bad luck. I just never found one in all the digging I did back up there in that other area. Never once found one. Okay. Alright, so I promised the wavetable. Let's get to that. Let's shut this off. I think what I will do is go ahead and pan those mats real quick. And we'll just do it outdoors. I like doing it in the tent. Like I said in the last video, it's easier for me to see the gold, but I think it is very doable outside. It's more of just like recognizing it by shape and slight color variation. At least that was my experience last time when I tried to do it outside, when very first time I played through the tutorial. Alright, so let's put the pan down, and what we need to do right now is our buckets over there, so let's start washing these into it. I have got to remember that. So we're at 3.89. Let's start putting these back in. I'm going to pull something up so I can just 3.89 is what we're at, and that's just from the nuggets. The other thing I would need to do is actually like get a timer up, because I think this method, because you're breaking it up in so many different steps, I may not realize just how long this method takes, but alright, let's pan it out real quick. I'm going to try to go a little faster here than we did last time. Okay, there must still be rocks on this. Is that what the problem is? Yes. So, it's good to know. If you don't get all the rocks off, you can't put more in it. Just want little circular motions here. Get them as good, as clean as possible. That is a heck of a chunk there. And I think what I may not have realized from my first day, where I just felt like I had made so much money, found so much gold, I may not have realized just how much of that came from those gold nuggets that I was getting. That's what I'm starting to think here. Which, the fact that I'm not getting gold nuggets in the other method, possibly because of where I was digging. Ooh, careful. that was really making a difference, and I wasn't noticing as much of a difference in what we were getting. Okay, that's it. Okay, you already see the gold. And over here in the shade, I can see the gold so much better. I think the problem was the first time I did it outside, I was doing it right in the sunlight. And it made the gold almost indistinguishable from the rocks. But doing it this way, it seems to be fine. Seems to be fine. By the way, if you want to do something really fun, play this game while watching the show Gold Rush. I found it is on, you can stream it on the Discovery Channel. I think Hulu has it as well, some of the seasons. So if you haven't watched that show, that can be some pretty good fun. And because I think I just, did that gold hold on there somewhere? Oh, wow. They based the equipment in this game directly from that show, and so you can see a lot of the same stuff. It's really cool. Okay, so there is our panning. Okay. So now we know that we're at 4.474. And so that means we really only got about just over half a gram, right? Sorry, over half an ounce. I've got it on imperial, so I'm seeing ounces. So we got over just half an ounce, and we did, I don't know, so you multiply that times 3, so probably going to get about an ounce and a half, maybe 2 ounces if we get a little luckier on some of them. All right, let me show you this other method. Okay, so this is our water pump, like I told you. This is our power generator, and what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to see if I can move this table, the wave table, and see if I can put it over here. I don't know if it will sit straight over here. If it will, it might be a little more efficient. All right, first of all, let's get the hose. Make sure it stretches. Wait, 40 out of 30. I think that might mean that we are overstretching it. Is that what that means? Let me see if by chance it will work right here. It's going to be a little awkward to get to, but we'll give it a try. Because we do need the full water pressure going to it. Let's see what the hose says now. Oh, the problem may not have been, the problem may have just been that it needs to be, we need to wind this hose back up. It's stretched all over the place. And if we have it going straight from here to there, it may fit just fine. Or it may be a lot closer at least. Alright, let's put it right here. And let's see. Let's get this thing really wound up as tightly as possible. And then just plug it directly in. Ah, that's beautiful. Okay. Now let's see about our power cord. can be a little hard according to what the ground looks like. It's running over water. Is that safe? I don't know. According to what the ground looks like, sometimes it's hard to find the end of your cables. Okay, so this is the power generator. Let's turn this sucker on. Right there. Mobile generator is running. Let's get our water pump going again, and let's unplug this one. And we'll just wind it back up, and we're gonna go put it somewhere else. Again, where I keep my stuff. I just feel like if I don't stay a little bit organized on where things are, I will, it'll get really chaotic. Okay, so we have this running properly now, it looks like. I'm going to need both buckets. We might actually try to do this with one bucket. Let's see. All right. So let's stand over here where we have found gold nuggets. You know, when the bucket's not straight, I don't think it actually fills up properly. That's one thing I've noticed. So we need to be on somewhat even ground, which we have dug so much. I don't know if that's even enough or not. Might be. And maybe it doesn't matter. I feel like it took longer to fill up the bucket than it normally does, but we'll see. All right, so this is how the wavetable works. You take the dirt from a bucket, you pour it in, and the wavetable does its magic. Let's just watch it here for a second. Oh, you know what? I've got to turn the bucket on. I've got to turn the wavetable on. Let's do that. And let's see how much gold we get from just one bucket of dirt. So that was, what did that say? Is that like point? That was very little. So, I mean, of course, you don't want to be sitting there watching it. You want to be filling your buckets up while it's running, like we're doing now. And once again, notice that, okay, there the bucket is full. I have not found a single gold nugget since we started doing this. All right, so we'll notice the ounce amount. And if nothing else, I don't know, my math is I don't know what I'm going to be able to, I don't know how good of a comparison I'm going to be able to make, but you can decide for yourself which method you like better if you're trying to decide. Yeah, so it's giving me 0.04 ounces per bucket. Now, it doesn't take very long to fill up a bucket. And the other thing I've sometimes done in the past, and we'll wait till this one's finished, and I'll kind of show you what I was doing. And I'm not sure if what I was doing is worth it or not, but I'll show you. So 81%, 93%. So you do, you know, you run through the fuel. You got to be making enough to at least still have a profit after burning through the fuel, which I don't think would be too hard. All right, so let's put these up here on flat territory here so I can show you what I was doing. In terms of efficiency, like, is there dirt in that already? Maybe a little bit. I don't like how I'm getting stuck in this hole over here now. So we're going to fill both buckets up. Bucket is full. That filled up quick, didn't it? Although it might have already had some in there. 1, 2. I'm guessing it doesn't matter. The slant, that might have been my imagination. All right, 4. Filled up in 4. So now we take these two buckets. go ahead and put them in there. Don't turn the table on yet. You see 2 buckets goes to about 97%. So like basically it can hold 2 buckets worth. And then go ahead and fill up the buckets again. I mean, once it's running, you're obviously not going to do this, but at least to get started, where you're burning less fuel, running the generator and the water supply, because I would do this before even turning those on for the first time. All right, so then we've got 2 more full buckets. Don't put them in yet because you're already almost full on the wavetable. So then we go put these over here, and they will be ready to go. So then we turn the wavetable back on. And as soon as that gets to about 50%, we'll dump another bucket in and start filling it up again. And we'll slowly get behind, but we have an extra bucket, so we can try to stay on top of it. Alright, so dump that in, and then let's go fill up this bucket again. And it's right at 50%. So if we fill the bucket that quickly, we actually can pretty much stay on top of it, which is good to see. So you could pretty much have no downtime. And this is where you start thinking about, okay, so what's the next step? Like using the wavetable, would we want to have some sort of like, you know, conveyor belt or something so that we're just continually able to pour dirt from the source? Well, probably not. Probably the next step is to go to tier 2, which I'll show you what that is, although I haven't experimented with any of it yet. It involves much bigger equipment than what we're using now. Yeah, so we're pretty much staying on top of it though. So we're getting constant gold is just slowly going. You can see we're 0.4788. So I guess you just do this for a little while and you end up with, you know, a decent amount of gold. I'd have to really experiment to see if, let's see if this is even a full bucket. Nope, not quite. I think we were 1 scoop away from that being a full bucket. To see which is a more efficient way to do this. There we go. I certainly think using the water pump is desirable with the old panning system, and this may be better too. If I think about the time that it takes to between the shoveling and then manually panning, then yeah, this is probably a little better. But now what have we might have slightly overfilled it there. What have we not seen in a long time? A bonus nugget. Again, is that RNG? Or because I'm not pouring it into that, am I not seeing the random lucky buckets? I'm not sure. The hog pan pump. But I'm sure not. And that, I mean, if that is the case, then that's definitely a big difference, because we were getting over half of our daily gold was coming from those lucky nuggets that we were randomly getting. Like I said, haven't seen any of those in a long time. Haven't ever seen one while not using the hog pan. Even if I put the bucket like over here where we were digging, still don't think I'll see one. Bucket is full. I know there's a way to there we go. Way to dump it. Woo. I mean, this way, if nothing else, it's probably less stressful, right? I mean, it's pretty easy. I guess what I would say is if you're playing with gold nuggets off, then yeah, this is probably the much better way. If you've got gold nuggets on, and if there's something about using that other style that gives you more of your bonus nuggets, then I'm not sure you can keep up with the amount of gold you're getting based on those nuggets using this method. It's cool how you can see the gold in the water. Yeah, because that first day when I got all those bonus nuggets and stuff, I ended up with almost 10 ounces of gold. We're at 5.2 right now, and that's with, I mean, since we started doing this method, goodness. When we started doing this method, we were at 4.47. Now we're at 5.2. Is that right? We haven't even gotten 1 full ounce yet. Not even 1 ounce. And that's what makes me question, like, am I doing something wrong? It certainly hurts not getting all those bonus nuggets. So let's immediately go back to, let's turn the power generator off. Before I wrap this video up, let's just see what happens here. It's also getting late, so let's turn our light on. Okay. And the mats are in there and they are fresh. See if we find any bonus nuggets here. Oh goodness. We just found a big nugget. So there's something about going into the hog pan that seems to allow you to find the big nuggets, where going into the buckets and then the wave table doesn't allow you to find them or something. I don't know, it's weird. I don't completely understand it. But because of those gold nuggets, again, if you have the bonus nuggets on, having a chance at getting those, I don't think there's any way the wave table can compete with doing it this way. Oh, it's been a little while since we found one. There's one. Yeah, and that makes sense because you don't get the notification that you found it until it actually goes into the pump. That's when you find it. And this method is a little cheaper in terms of you don't have to buy the wavetable, which is I think a little over 4,000. You don't need the power generator, so that's a little less fuel use. The power generator doesn't cost much, but there's a little miniature generator. But you're not using fuel. So, all right, let's wrap this video up. I guess let me go look real quick. I wanted to show you real fast. The other thing about this, starter property is we don't just have to work over here in our little dump of a pond area. We also have this big area here. And this is also area that we're going to get into. And you see they've already got the structure for a basic, or a little bit more complicated system, which in the first tutorial you play, they have all of this built up to kind of show you what it can look like. But the harder thing about just, we can't just move stuff right over. We're going to have to think about getting the water up here. So the water pumps, probably have to use multiple water pumps to keep that pressure up, to get it all the way down here from running water up to there. So we're up to 8.5 ounces of gold. No matter how we got it, the end of the story is that's a lot more money. I mean, it's another good day of mining. So anyway, thanks for watching day 2, second video. It's been fun. I still see little gold nuggets coming down that water over there. That just must be a thing that it randomly shows them to you, even though you don't have fresh dirt going. But we'll see what the next video holds. I mean, I'll probably tinker with stuff, see if I can get the wavetable to be a little more efficient, or see what I need to do. But not promising anything, but I suspect there will be another video coming before long. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.